Hello, welcome to More Light. I'm glad to have you once more here. Today we'll be taking on a very different topic, entirely different topic, oneness in marriage. During marriage or a just completed marriage is successful because couples, both partners or both parties have agreed to come together to live as one. But along the line, if the basis of their coming together is forgotten or neglected, which is that oneness, problem in that marriage is inevitable. So my name is Emordi Chinedu. I'll be sharing more light on oneness in marriage, oneness in your finance. Finance play a major role in marriage today when it comes to decision making. Most of the challenges we find out in marriage, about 50% is as a result of finance if there is lack of financial. So I would like you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, like and share, and we'll go into the message right away. Remain blessed, stay tuned. About 2 or 3 years ago, I was watching a program on TVC, Your View, and the hot topic for that day was about a couple. They lost their child. Their child was sick and she died because she wasn't taken to the hospital, only for the husband to discover later that the wife have millions in her account. So there were different comments on what should the man do. Should he divorce her or not? We are talking about oneness in marriage, oneness in your finance. So I'll first of all look at a scriptural verse before we go into more sharing on it. Let's look at Matthew 19, 4 and 5. Turn to me to Matthew 19, 4 and 5. It was Jesus Christ speaking. He said, "And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?" Verse 5, he says, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall become one." This topic now on marriage, some might be saying, you're not married, why should you be speaking on marriage? And this is Jesus Christ speaking here. Jesus Christ wasn't married as well. So it's not a portion of age or you being married. It's a portion of you having the divine wisdom about what? About marriage. So this is Jesus Christ speaking. He says, "A man shall leave his father and his mother, and they shall become one." One in terms of what? One in terms of everything, including your finance. One in terms of what? Your finance. So like the couple that just lost their this now, what does that tell you? It means that what? There's no oneness in their finance. So the husband doesn't know that she has millions, and they could not take their daughter to the hospital. Can you see? When I say lost their child, I'm not talking about a baby. It's over 5 years. So what has happened in that marriage over a period of time? So she was waiting for her husband to bring money. Now, over the years, most couples do forget the vow they have taken, that they are one. So as couple, you should understand that what your spouse money is also your money, that you are one in your finance. So if you understand that, problem about financial decision making will not come in. Words like my car, my house, my this should not be used, but rather our house, our car. Oneness in your finance. Some time ago, my mom called me. So she sells water, this bottled water, and then I think the pump got spoiled, and then they went to look for who will fix it. So, and after the whole thing, he said the money, she wants to bring part of the money, and my dad should bring part of the money, because she sells water and she sells the water every day. So all these people buying water, and my dad has fish pond that he uses the water for, and lastly they use the water for domestic use. But my dad don't want to bring money. It was like, me, I don't have feed, I'm selling now. I finished selling in my fish. And she was like, and the water is not only me that is using it now. So now the problem now is not, is there money? There's money. Now who will bring money? So she was like, my dad doesn't care. My dad is not supportive. So I didn't say anything. Then later, when I called her, like maybe the next day, she said, she told my dad that she would, since she doesn't want to bring money, now he would fix the Uber and he would not use this. You see that kind of thing. And my dad said, okay, now I think it's your water. Okay, me too, I will sell it in my house and go to the village. I seen it now, since I think the water, the bowl inside my house, I'll sell it and go to the village. So can you see that scenario? That's my I. Now my mom will be looking at, my dad is not caring, he's not supportive. While my dad on the other hand will be looking at, she's not submissive, she's not feeling okay, she has her own. Can you see now? So one tend to forget that they are one in this thing. So you can see what like my house. Okay, your own, my own. Over the period of time, over the years. So how that's supposed to be our house is now your house. Do you see that? Now let's look at a reference, Ephesians 5:25. Ephesians 5, okay, verse 22 and 25. It says, wives, submit yourself unto your own husband, as unto the Lord. Wives, therefore husbands, say, husbands, love your wife, as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Wives, submit, husband, love. Can you see the thing here? Now there is no way for a man to love or for the wife to submit if that understanding of oneness is not there. Oneness in your finance. So when you start using that I, my, it can't happen. So the husband will be expecting wife to submit. The wife will not submit. The wife will be expecting husband to love. Husband will not love. Because they are seeing it as what? Your own thing, my own thing. So I've just stated just 2 points for you to understand this oneness, what you should do to have that oneness in your marriage. The first one is to carry your partner along. Carry your partner along. Carry your spouse along. And that woman now, she has money, but the husband did not know. And they are what? They are married. They are one. So let your partner know what you do when it comes to what? Finance. For example, let's say your wife now asks you for money, you are the husband, your wife asks you for money 2 weeks ago. I say you don't have money. Then 2 weeks after, you now come, you would have forgotten that I asked you for money. I just bought a new car. Or I just acquired this property. You'll be like expecting her to celebrate with you. When you go out, you will see her that she will call her friend and say, my husband just got this, so he just got a new car. The friend will be like, wow, that's great, congratulations. You'll be like, but I asked him for money 2 weeks ago. Just 20,000, could not give me. Do you see that kind of thing? You make somebody believe you don't have money, only for you to go and get something later. Can you see that? Maybe as a man, you are like getting property and hiding it. You don't know when you will die. Maybe the day that you die now, what will now happen to it? That's why you see that most time, once somebody died, you tend to see the family start fighting over what property. That is to tell you that what they don't see those things as their own, as one, as family. It was not their own as one. They were seeing it as what? My husband's own, and my daddy's own. So when the man is no more, they tend to fight for it. Carry your spouse along. On the long run, it will help you. You might think you are smart, but the problem it will bring for you in the future, you might not be able to deal with it. You might not be able to deal with it. Secondly, communication. Avoid using words like I, my, I, my house, my car. You know, men in this aspect tend to be guilty of it, not intentionally. Maybe in an argument you say, oh, I provided this, I bought this, I bought this, I did this, I. So that word alone, there is what is ringing on what your partner's ear. Your partner's ear. Imagine now you buying a car and you come and say, oh, honey, I just bought this car for us. Like, wow, you just got it. I say, no, it's our car now. Wow, our car. I just got us a car. You see that even the children or even the wife, even when you're not around, they'll be the ones to even start broadcasting, we have gotten a new car, we have gotten a new car. Or the wife will even call the friend and say, we just got a new car. Why? Because you are using that language of what? Our. But when you're like, my car, don't touch it. You touch my car, why did you bash my car? My. It tends to send a wrong signal to the partner. That's why I say that most partners today, some women, they are trying to get their own house, trying to get their own thing, their own business, because they believe you too, you have your own thing, let them have their own thing. Oneness in your marriage. Both of you agree to be one, not two, one in your finance. So use that communication. That communication, it goes a long way. So you might think you are stating the obvious. I provided for the house, I paid the house rent, I bought this, stop using I, use we. You and them are one together. Let me be more practical here. 2 months ago, Mr. Banky W and his wife they did a program, Finance Fit. That's on Easter Day. It was my fiancée that sent me the link, and she was like, okay, listen to this. And we were talking, I was like, these people, Banky W, all these Kana, Aisha, this guy, Kana. So he did the second program, Finance Fit too. But when I listened to that program, and I realized that, I used to think these kind of people that are just celebrities, they don't know God, they are just doing their own thing. So then I knew that it was very, very spiritual. Very spiritual. And they were sharing about the challenges that they passed through in that their marriage. I was thinking that, this beautiful couple, their marriage was beautiful like that. And from the sharing, they really passed through serious challenges that they passed through. And they were sharing about the 5 love languages. So as my fiancée was chatting, she was like, okay, have you heard of 5 love languages? I said, yes, since school days. She was like, okay, explain it to me. I'm like, okay, you have the quality time, words of affirmation, act of service, gift, and that was. So when I was explaining the gift part to her, I was like, okay, like when I bought you this, it shows that I love you. Anybody that says they love you must be able to also give you gifts. And she replied the message to me with a sad emoji, like, oh, may I not be able to give you anything. Do you see that? I was like, I. Another person is reasoning another way. And I said, no, don't really think of it like that. Your love and your care is more than all these gifts I've given to you. Do you see it? Because she wasn't working. She was feeling she wasn't bringing anything to the picture. Are you seeing it now? So, I was using the I, thinking, yes, I was just saying it and it's the obvious, but I was doing something to the other person. Can you see that? Now, the same thing that happened why I said men are even 90% of the cost of it. They feel they are like, I paid the house rent, I bought the car, I. And the wife is like, oh, we have not done anything. Don't know that both of you are one. Anything that you do is both of you that you are doing it together, you are one. So don't make your wife feel like she's not doing anything. That's why I say that most women, they are trying to look for their own money. They are not like in competition with you because you have your own thing. Then you want to have their own thing. You have your own car. Then you want to have their own car. So that you will not be like, I. So quit using that word I and start using the word we. It is our car, it is our house, it is our business. It is me and you together. We are one. Even in our finances. If you understand that part, your marriage will go a long way. Your marriage will go a long way. So I am not just telling you what you should do for your marriage to be one, or how to become one in your marriage. No, I am only telling you what you have signed for. You say a man shall leave his father and his mother, and they shall become one. This is what you profess. On your wedding day, you profess it that we are one. So now let's look at the verse 6 of Matthew 19. The same Jesus Christ that was speaking. He wasn't married. Verse 6. He said, therefore, they are no more two, but one flesh. Now watch. He said, what therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. You know, then we used to think about this asunder as maybe an outsider. It's possible that one of you, or both of you, is the one that wants to put the marriage asunder, or will put the marriage asunder. What God has joined together. Can you see when I said what? Both of you have become one. How possible for two to become one? It is because God made it possible. So there's not just, you're not just two in it. There's another third person, which is what God has joined together. Now God is the third person. It is God that makes that person, make your marriage to be one. So you must always reference God. You know, about a month ago, we saw on news about the billionaire, Microsoft billionaire Bill Gates, that he divorced. So it's quite unfortunate. But each time you see things like this, people getting divorced or a divorce, you hear them like using the word I, or me, the other person. You will never see God in the picture. God is living, God is alive, God is always speaking, God always speaks. So where is the God factor now in marriage? What God has joined together, let no man put it asunder. So it's possible that one of the couple or both couple can be the one to put it asunder. So where is God? So you can prove me wrong. You can go and check. Anybody you see that, okay, this person divorced, you hear the word, you never hear God in that person's mouth. That, oh, God did this, or it's always I, he did this to me, he did this to me, he did that, I did this, I did that. Can you see it? So it's either God did not join you together, or when God joined you together, both of you kick God away. Just push God aside. So it is God that makes a marriage stand. That's why I say it's not a function of age. That you might be 20 years in marriage, no. It's a wisdom. Jesus Christ that was speaking this year that what God has done, he's not married. How come he's speaking about marriage and he's not married? What God has joined together. So there's a third part to that, which is what? God. So you miss that God away, or you push him out, and your marriage is headed for disaster. So selfish, that's why you see all this selfishness and me, I, or the other person comes in. If there is a God factor is the one that makes the oneness. How can two become one? Two flesh become one piece. God made it so. God made it so. So, oneness in marriage is for you to constantly understand that, and what I say was carry your spouse along, and what, and communicate with your spouse, communicate that oneness to him, not just in anything, but what, also in finance, and also in finance. So I believe you have been blessed by this message. There's still a part 2, but I'm not going to be releasing it anytime soon. But they're expecting it. It's already ready. They will be talking about when the other partner is very stubborn, and we are talking about oneness. Oneness, how can you be one when the other partner is not is doing his own thing? You say, oh, my husband is stubborn, my wife doesn't listen, she's nagging, and you are trying your best. So we'll be talking about that one in the part 2 of oneness in marriage. So, and finally, very importantly, if you haven't given your life to Christ, whether you are single, it doesn't matter, you still cross the bridge now. Abi? So, if you haven't given your life to Christ, it's very important. You are single, you say I'm single. Yes, you will still cross that bridge. You will see, or you will still cross the bridge. So it's either you are single, you are engaged, or you are married. So you can be one, you can't be out of those 3. So you still cross it. So you that know that you will get married in future, it is God that will join you. So you should know that God now. So you won't be having problem in future to what God has joined together. So don't say I'm young. No, you will still cross that bridge. I was listening to this celebrity actor Uchemba. In his last video, he was talking about giving your life to Christ, and he was talking about the youth, with the generation, that we don't have monopoly of time. Nobody guarantee you 50 years. So even though we have the promises of God, you can still die anytime. So you need to know God now. Whether you get married or you live the 100 years, you need to start knowing Him now. So, or you are married, you are like, my husband is too stubborn, my wife is nagging, she's not submissive. You also need God, because it's God that joins you together, and it's God that will do it. Don't be expecting to use your own power to solve the problem. Why? Because you cannot change the person except God comes in. So you also surrender your will to God and want it to help you. So if you haven't given your life to Christ, I would like you to pray this prayer with me. Say, Lord Jesus, I surrender myself to you. I surrender my will to you. I'm a sinner. Forgive me my sin. Wash me with your precious blood and change my life and my destiny today. From today, I am a new person. I will follow you forever and no more going back. In Jesus' name, amen. So if you have said that prayer with me, you are born again. Like I always said, born again, your physical body, your bank account doesn't change, but your spirit, man, inside change. So that one, you just stick at it as a newborn baby. So what is more important to the newborn baby is what? The milk, even though the baby is defecating. So the mother is interested in giving him milk always. So the word of God is what? Is the milk. So as long as you are taking the milk, you will keep growing. So that's what I want you to concentrate on. And find a Bible-believing church and attend so that you grow. So I would like you to share this message, share to friends and family, share to parents as well. So you never can tell, you might be saving someone marriage, So you should like and share, and remain blessed till I'll come your way again. Shalom. Thank you.